here we are, the beginning of another week. I have been so sick. I've had flu. I'm calling it flu. I don't know what it probably wasn't flu. In fact, I've never felt like fever, chills, shaking, sickness, head. I've just had a really bad cold, chest infection and headache for 2 weeks. It doesn't seem to be, it's like just going like this. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Anyway, which means, I mean, luckily or unluckily, I haven't had tons of work on. My mum actually has been up for a few days that you saw. So this is going to be day one of another week. And this week isn't too busy. I've actually given away, I'm meant to be on a job tonight, but it was till 11 PM and I gave it to one of my friends because I've been struggling the last couple of days with sleep and coughing. And I just thought, I have to prioritise me over the money, which is really tough when you're a freelancer to think like that. But I'm not going to miss £300 in like 6 months time. It's just, you know, you just have to do it. So I gave that away, and then tomorrow I am going up to Bletchley near Milton Keynes in Buckinghamshire to film at the Red Bull headquarters for F1 for their sorry for their like racing car division. Can you tell I'm not? I don't know what I'm talking about. So we're doing Christian Horner, and he's been interviewed with his chief engineer by Laura, who I'll be doing hair and makeup for all three of them. So I'm going to try and get a little bit of that, or what I can, on camera. So I will hopefully not be looking like this. Oh, I wonder if other people cut their ums out of these videos. I'm not sure. So I've had my mum up. It's been incredible to have her here. She made me lots of amazing healthy food, and just, she's my best friend, so it was heaven to have her around. It's really hard to let her go, but it is good because I get to sleep alone now, because obviously I live in a tiny home, a really small apartment, so we have to share a bed. I mean, I have got an air bed, but you know, we just get in bed because I've got a super big bed, so that helps. But when you're like this, you don't want to make anyone else ill. But anyway, so that's the job I've got tomorrow. I'm going to take you with me for that. Thursday I'm going to just try and rest all day. I've got a day off on Thursday, and the evening I'm going to the Royal Albert Hall to see their Christmas Carol concert that I go to every year. It's my like own tradition that I started, and this year it's been hosted by Catherine Jenkin, and I'm taking 2 of my friends as guests of mine, so I'll take you with me to that as much as I can as well. The Royal Albert Hall is glorious, so hopefully that's the next time I'm going to be able to chat to you. But I'm actually done with the chatting today. My throat hurts so much. So anyway, that's that. We're going to move on. I'm going to see you tomorrow. Welcome back to another week. I am crossing the river from South London to North London. I headed to Euston because I was heading up to Milton Keynes, which is the head of Red Bull's Formula One division, which is where we're filming today for an interview with different owners and engineers within Red Bull. It's a corporate filming with a presenter called Laura. It was beautiful, but I didn't record hardly anything. I definitely didn't record any getting ready, because the first time I'd ever worked with her, and to be honest, I was just really embarrassed to say that I wanted to make a time lapse, which was a shame because she's so beautiful. So all you can really see is my rather large arse setting up my kit, and as usual we're just like in a little conference room. Luckily they did have some nice tall stools I could sit Laura on. So anyway, we got her ready, did her hair and makeup, and then did the 2 men that we interviewed, and then this is us on set. I'm just doing my checks in the monitor, getting them sat in, getting the lighting right, and we filmed all day, and then I headed home. It was quite a long day though. Good morning from Sloane Square. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful day. Listen, I can't film like this, I'm way too wobbly because I've got my massive kit in my other hand, but we're on the King's Road. That's Peter Jones. That's the King's Road behind me. I'm off to get some breakfast. have you balanced on 2 battery packs for the lights around the makeup room's mirror, a cotton pad holder, and my brush caddy. I do think it might fall over at any stage. Anyway, let's move on from that. And I'm just going to pop a bit of eyeshadow. Now I came to it kind of looking like this, which I thought was maybe passable for the tube. And now when I've got here and seen really bright lights, I've suddenly thought, oh my God. And I don't really want to use many brushes, so I'm using the brush I like least because I just don't want to clean them. And I'm just going to try and figure out something on my eyes, just doing this with this Charlotte Tilbury. It's actually, it's a nice palette because you've got a really nice range of colours there. A little bit too many shimmers for my liking. I think too many palettes are full of shimmers, and I just think that it's just not what is great for everyone and what suits and doesn't work for everyone, I should say. Just because shimmer on your eyelids as you get older and the skin is becoming a little bit more crepey it just highlights the crepiness and lines. If that's what you want to do, then you know you fill your boots. But I guess I should say professionally we might not do that. We'd probably just use some mattes and just keep the shimmer from maybe the inner eye or just on the brow bone. But anyway, oh God. Anyway, so I am at a news channel today. I feel awful. I'm not gonna lie, I've got a terrible headache. But I think that's from just being really sick, dehydrated, and probably just something to do with the headaches I get all the time, which is caused by another very boring medical thing. So anyway, I'm not feeling amazing, and I'm frustrated because tonight is England's football. Something's happening with England. Are playing football for the World Cup, and there's just so many and I's in this. Like, why would anyone watch me just going and I? Basically turned on the camera without having a lot to say. It's football tonight. I would like to go because I think there'll be men there watching the football, and I think it would be a good hunting ground for me. But I obviously feel like shit, so I probably shouldn't go. And then it's just this tug of war in my head, like wanting to do something, not really being well enough, and then just feeling really miserable that I can't do what I want to do. I haven't got any liquid liner, so I'm just going to pop a bit of kohl liner on the top lash line and below. I'm just going to go really dark today because, like, you know, when you're feeling shit, you're just going to put on tons of makeup. Do you also do this? I close my eyelids and then I can do both the top and bottom waterline in one go. If the pencil's really wet, like the Victoria Beckham kohl pencils, they are incredible. You can get both edges done really easily with those. Also, my eyelashes are at the end of like a perm cycle, so they're all a bit twisty and not very nice, and I think that's what makes a difference. Is like how, if you're feeling rubbish and you don't feel like you look very nice, I think that makes a huge, huge difference. Anyway, so I'm at the news channel today. I'm going to be here till 4:30 and then just stay in tonight. I think, thing is, by the time I leave here, it's beautiful today, but by the time I leave it'll be dark anyway, so then I feel like psychologically like, okay, it's okay to go home. But it also just feels really early, and yeah. Anyway, that's a rather long ramble. Okay, let's go to the studio and do some checks before we go on air. I've got my little check bag. Oh, just hit myself in the head with it. It's not very well organised, but anyway, that's my brushes and just little bits I need for the touch-ups. So I take that down with me, and then I don't stay in the studio. I sort of stay until they're on air, and then I get out because it's quite a small studio and I don't really need to be in there. need to leave. I am going to a Christmas Carol concert at a friend's church today in East London, and then we're going to the pub afterwards, so it's nice and Christmassy, although I'm having to drag myself out, a little cough for effect there, because well, I've been in the house all day and I was supposed to be working and then it was cancelled, and I don't feel that great, so it's kind of good that I was. But anyway, I'm putting on my Molecule one, which was from my advent calendar. I don't know if you can see that. Apparently this is a perfume that suits your, like, it changes depending on your makeup, if that makes, not makeup as in makeup, but as in your pheromones, your molecules. I'm just putting on a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter of a near empty bottle, just as the final step for a little bit of highlighter on my cheeks. I don't know if you guys use this as a highlighter or whether that's just, or you put it all over your faces. I would definitely say don't put it all over your faces. I've seen people doing that. I blended my eyeshadow a bit just because I feel like I didn't pat down my lids enough with powder, and I reckon that black liner is going to annoyingly press into that crease, which as a makeup artist I should know better. Yeah, so Flawless Filter all over the face, a big no. I just feel like it highlights everything you don't want to see. So I'd concentrate on areas that you want a little bit of push away from the face, i.e. cheekbones, nose maybe. On my lips I've got this Delilah lipstick in Vintage. And I'm going to take that with me. I'm also going to take some lip balm with me. Shall I put lashes on? I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't think I need lashes. I'm going to a church, for God's sake. I've just washed and set my hair. I actually made a video about it. So yeah, so I'm going to pack up and leave the house. But I'm going to take the camera with me so you can maybe see something of what happens tonight.
And increased their joy. They rejoice before you as warriors rejoice when dividing them.
Is my speaker?
Oh. Are you recording?
Yeah. Come in. Hang on.
Is this for Be Real?
No, this is YouTube, baby.
This is Love Actually.
I'm a YouTuber now, although I look like Three Wise Men.
Three Wise Men, I love it.
It is so gorgeous. I wish you could see the houses that surround the park. It's just so beautiful, because there's a lot of Edwardian and Victorian houses where I live. They just look absolutely Christmassy and magical. So I'll show you around as I walk back home, but I thought I'd come for a little stroll because it's just so beautiful.